All right. Hello, everybody. We should be live now. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And we're about to start a dev stream. I still just amazed looking at this card. And wait till we have a lot of them, and they're actually functional in game, and they look a lot better than this. Because I mean, number one, this is the express version. Number two, this is with a temporary background that has no, just no actual shine to it. And it's not 3D. Which your final one will be 3D, and yeah, it's going to look a lot better when we get it done. So here we have our character of the day, Wyatt, and I forgot to close down the thumbnail there. Let's get into it. Now, you guys might notice some changes since the last time I've showed this to you. Again, I try not to work on this so much off stream kind of thing, but I do. Because, stuff like, game design and such and writing isn't entertaining to watch, sadly. But, here's our original arrow right here. And I've made a whole bunch of different variants of that arrow. They're all the exact same art-wise. They're just, the only thing they're done is different colors in different ways. Now, when we look at this one here, this one is exactly the same as the arrow, but it's done with these colors here. These for the outline, like this, and then these for the inner. Then we have, but when we look at these, I think a lot of what gives us the character is the white in it, kind of thing. The white text, the white icons kind of thing. Like, I mean, it does look good on its own, but I kind of think it needs some of that white. So, that's when I started experimenting with this. I was like, well, what if I take these parts here and color the inner of those white? And then this one, I was like, well, what if I just color the, get rid of these three colors entirely and just use the outside colors and fill the inside with white? And then this one, I left the inside colors, but put a little bit of white on the inside, kind of thing. This one, I took that white on the inside, and I also put a little bit, I changed the outlines on these to white back here. Then this one is the same as this one, but I added white to the inside of that and a little bit white to the inside of that. Then we come up this way, and I just replaced the outlines with white on this one. And then this one I did basically this, but I put a little bit of white here on the inside of these three things and a little bit here. Then this I did, this is also the same as this, but it also incorporates these two bits here, which came from this one right here. So lots of variants. Let me zoom out. Let me know what you like best out of these, and if any of them's actually good enough as well, kind of thing. But yeah, let's get started. So, one issue that I kept on, coming to when we go to make our, deck selector like this one here, and the main screen, the pack opening, all this stuff here. This short bar doesn't really make sense, but yet, I mean, if we could technically make this a longer bar kind of thing down here, but then I think we're going to lose some of that consistency, and I think what we need is this bar to go all the way across on this one, so that we can do that on all the others and everything remain consistent. And for that, this grid gets in the way. So we have two choices. Either making the grid less tall, shorten it up, or moving it up into this area here, eating up a little bit of this area here, which, you know, most likely probably won't even be used. Because the fact is I figure that the average decks will be like 20 to 25 cards kind of thing total. And I figure a lot of people will min-max and put like, you know, 3 or 4 copies of each card kind of thing. At least for a lot of them kind of thing. So like, if we figure that there's right now I think the limit's set to 4 cards for 4 copies per deck, but it might change to 3. I don't know. But let's just assume the worst case scenario on 3. Because it certainly ain't going to be limit 2 per deck. Unless it's a specific card kind of thing. That's, you know, has to be limited per deck to, you know, for balance purposes and whatnot. Outside of that, you know, there's, you know, no reason to, like, if we figure that out, you know, if you take 3 copies of 5 different cards kind of thing, that'll be 15 cards of your 20 kind of thing. You'd be right there. And then if you were to take 3 copies of another card and 3 copies of another card, that would be 21, actually. But I figure it'd be a little bit more diverse than this. You know, I figure probably... let's see here. What layer is that on? That's that layer. So I figure there probably will be maybe 2 more of these that are commonly used. So what we're going to do is grab 3 more. And that may not make sense, but you'll see what I'm doing here in a second. I'm just using this to line it up. So what we would want to do is come down here to this one, and we'll overlap this. So we're only adding 2, but we're overlapping 1. So that's more realistically what's going to be used. And that gap looks bigger. Is it bigger? I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure that's a visual illusion. I can't measure. Just zoom. Let's see here. That's 5. I'm pretty sure that's an illusion. Yeah. Yep, visual illusion due to the background. But realistically, this bottom section will probably not be used. A lot of decks probably won't even use all of this. This isn't our worst case scenario, but this is probably bigger than 90% of the case scenario kind of thing. This is probably more than even 95%. So we could definitely, you know, eat up some room here without even having the scroll bar pop up until, you know, in over 95% of the cases. But at the same time, considering that there's so few cards kind of thing that's going to be in your deck, you're probably not going to have, you know, this is measuring how much the mana cost of the card is, and this is measuring how many of them they are. And I don't suspect you'll ever hit 9 plus because on anything, because like even if you would have to have 3 cards that were all 3 cost, and you would have to have 3 copies of each of those in your deck in order to hit the 9 plus. And I don't see that really happening. And in the few times it does, I think 7 plus would more than suit kind of thing. So getting rid of this top part of the grid would be some, probably something good to do because we're probably not going to use that anyway. So what I propose is that we get rid of the topmost part of this grid, and make this 7 plus. And then whatever room is left that we need, we eat it out of this. So that we can then extend this all the way across the bottom. I think that will be the best course of action. Take a little bit from both. So let's get started with that. Let's see here. I need to find out what layer all this stuff is. So there's the grid. And the 9 plus is on the game layer. The game simulator, because that's font stuff and that'll be handled inside the game. So let's just take the plus and we'll move it down here to 7 plus. Let's make sure that's lined up, even though none of this technically matters, because all this stuff will be different in engine. Let's delete that. What I think I want to do is take all of this and I'll move it up, and we'll delete the bottom part of the grid rather than the top. Oops. And I just realized we have that to contend with. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with this one here and we'll move this one up. About like so. Oh, probably more like about that. And then we'll delete well, before we delete what's the best way to do this? Let's delete this bottom part right here, down below that line. I don't know if that's deleting enough, but we'll see. And we'll delete this part of the grid here, right? And then we'll go back up to the game simulator, sim layer rather, not the game simulator. We'll move all of this up here, right? Now, is that good? I think so. Now we just got to do this bottom area, which is on what layer? There we go, that layer. We probably honestly should put this on that layer. And we should probably move this down too. Yeah, there we go. I hope chat's doing well today. Let me know if anybody has any questions, comments, feedback, anything. Okay, let's see here. How much room do we want to take out of this? We want the font to be, okay, that's 7 and 6. So 6 to 7 off the bottom. So, and this is currently 27. So let's do some simple math here on a calculator because I'm lazy right now. We'll minus 7 off of that. Oh, it's really simple math. So we want to lose about 20 pixels out of here. Which we want to lose that divided by 3 off of each section, you know. So that would be roughly, we'll call it 7 off of every layer except for the center, which will be 6. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go 6 on this layer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll go 7 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that should end up with a 7 gap down here at the bottom of these digits. Yep. So now what we want to do is grab our black transparents and our black outlines and move them up by however much I just moved those up. I think it was 20. Yeah, it was 20. So let's grab this and we'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then we'll do the same thing to this black transparent down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And something about that doesn't look right. Let's verify that it's the right sizes. Okay, this is 3. That's 3. Okay, that's right so far. That's 7. And that's 6. Aha! There was an issue. So we need to move our black outline down by 1, which then we need to move our black transparent down by 1. Right? And that should be fixed now, and now we just have to fix this hole we made here. So let's grab this, and we'll bring that down, and then we'll and grab these outlines, and we'll bring those. Not tilt. No. Bring them down. Thank you. So we've gotten some room down here, but it's clearly not enough. But I think the graph actually looks better that way as well. I think the graph, I think that actually improved the way the graph looks. So next thing we want to do is now we gotta move. We're going to eat into this area up here. And see here. So we'll go to our black transparent layer. Actually, before we do that, let's measure how much space we're going to need. We're going to need at least 7 coming off of this. Actually, I don't even need to measure that. What I need to measure is this. And that's 24, and then we're going to need to add 7 to that. So that will be 24 and 7. Oh man, my brain is really farting. That's 31. So let's move all this up by 31. Eat into 31 pixels of space here. So and is that all moving? It seems like it should be. Okay, let's start with the black outlines then. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 31 on that. And then we'll come back and do the black transparents down here. There's 31 on that. Okay. So now then we need to go to this layer and move this all up by 31. Okay. Now we need to go to this layer and move this one up by 31. We don't have to move very many things, do we? Okay. Now we need to go to this layer and move this up by 31. Glad I reduced the amount of layers right before we did this. Okay. Why is that not the correct amount of spacing? Oh, I should have noticed that earlier. I don't know why that's not enough spacing. I measured it. I must have measured wrong or something. And also, this is off by a pixel here. Something's off by a pixel there. I don't know if it's a black transparent or the black outline. It's a transparent. Actually, looking at it. Okay, let's remeasure this and do that all over again. RAP. So that's 23, and then it needs to move up another 7, so another 30. Jeez. Certainly getting tight on space up here. Starting to. Okay, let's start with the black transparency. We're actually going to move this up 29 because I messed up last time and moved it up one higher than I should have. So, 1, 2. Now that I've done that one, let's verify that this is the right actual measurement here. We should have a 7 gap here. And we have a 6 gap. Good thing I measured. So, yeah, because what I measured is this was 30 off. And I subtracted 1 from that, which made it 1 off. What I needed to do is add 1 more to everything else. Yeah, that was the issue right there. At least with the last one. I don't know what the issue with the first one was. So this needs to go up by 31 then. So that should be right there. Let me put a test in chat, make sure chat's working. Looks like it. No, just nobody's talking. Can never be too careful with YouTube. Okay, that's 4. And that's 2. So I think our black line here is too far up, apparently. Let's bring it down. Let's fix this line here. There we go. Let's go to this layer and move this all up. I'm not even going to count this time because this should line up pretty easily. Yeah. Okay. This grid though, I'm going to need to count on it. Actually, I can probably skip that and just measure at the end. Except for I don't know what I'm measuring. Yeah, that would be an issue. That's 11 and... Yeah, this isn't going to be the same measurement though. I should have... Let me go back and undo that and we'll count this. Make sure it's right. That should be right in theory. If not, it's like worn off. Let's grab this layer now and bring this up. Like so. Now we can measure based off of this and see if this is right, because this should be stabbing down here at the bottom of this. And a 6. As I figured, it could be 1 pixel off the grid. So let's, well, we need to move all of this up by 1 pixel. Which then we come back down here to the grid and we move that all up by 1 pixel. Okay. Now that we've got that done, now we can come over to this. And, how much space is over here on this side? Not very much, honestly. 2 pixels. But there's also only 2 pixels down here, so... how much room is here? 3 pixels. Yeah, I think that would be more reasonable. So let's move all of that over by 1 pixel first. Okay, that can come over. That can come over. And I need to reselect it for this. Okay. Although that doesn't get us 3 pixels at the bottom, but I'm not worried about that, at least at this point. I don't think it's going to need that, but it may. For now, let's extend all this over here. And we'll just slowly pull it across. Make sure everything stays lined up. And we do 3 pixels up of that side. Let's see if there's 3 pixels here too. Yep. Okay, then we'll grab this and we'll bring that across like that. And then we'll grab this black outline and we'll move that across. At a snail's pace, regrettably. I believe that's lined up. Let's verify. Yep, that's good. So then we'll grab these outlines and we'll extend these out, connecting those. Alright, now we have a proper bottom bar. But now what we need to do is give some space in here to stuff. And what we want to do, I think, is grab these 2 things and move them to the end. Question is how much spacing do they need? Let's see here, how much space does this have? This just has 4. But that has 8. I'm feeling like there's not enough space here. I'm feeling that should be 6. So let's grab this and we'll move this over by 2. And of course we gotta move the game sim layer over by 2 as well. Luckily there's this buffer space here, so I don't really have to do much adjustment for that. So let's go back to this layer here. We'll grab these 2 things here and we'll move these out to the outside edge, and we want to give them 6 pixels worth of space to the black outline. Come on. Alright, let's zoom in here. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. Now then we need to come back over here to the game sim layer and move all of this over. And everything on the game simulator is just, you know, simulating what the game is going to do, kind of thing. It's just for us to get a feel of what it's going to look like in the end. That's 6. And that's 6. Okay. So let's zoom back out and see how this looks. Obviously the game's going to be a lot bigger than this, because the game is actually going to be like that big. 100% zoom. But if we look at it at 67%, we can actually see everything with the borders and everything, although it doesn't look as good as it would in game. what I feel now is like this needs to be in the center, and like we gain more gap here and push all this stuff more center focused, because there's too much of a hole right here. I think too much negative space, I guess you would call it. And I think centering up this right here would be one of the keys to that. So, let's see here. Let's zoom in. Let's grab it by that pixel right there on that black line. And let's measure back this way. So that's 821. And from this equivalent pixel here, measure back this way, that's 933. So 821 minus 933, that is a difference of 112. So we could just move this by 112 and make this inner dip, you know, longer kind of thing, and not getting space here. Or we have to move this by basically half of that, which if we divide that by 2, we get 56. And I think that's what we want to do. I think we want to get us more of a gap right here. So we'll move this by 56 right here, this section. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I mean, this is a great time to bring up the stream sponsors. Hey, Mike, the stream sponsor today is Counting with Sharky, where you can count with Sharky the number of pixels that are on this image. Hashtag not sponsored, sponsored. We can measure this once we get over here. How you doing, Mike? Your test worked out fine. That's 3. And that's 3. Okay, good. I've been better, that's for sure. Lost our character artist the other day, so I'm going to have to hire another character artist. Let's see here, from this pixel down, that's 4. And from this pixel down, that is 1. Neither one of those are good. And it's got to be an artist that can match the style of the current artist, because, or the old artist, because everything's got to match. Okay, that's 3. Because we need to be consistent. And that's 2. So we take these and we move these back by 1. And we're looking for an artist too. Yeah. And actually, I'm not only, since basically I've got to cut the artist work into 2 parts, so I'm actually got to hire 2 artists. One that is for the character art, and one that's a 3D background artist, or 3D environmental artist kind of thing for the 3D backgrounds. Okay, that's looking better. There's still too much of a space right here, I think. No. No. He did not die. We could move this back a little bit, like maybe here. And this could probably honestly be wider. So if we move this out like that, maybe give us a little bit of width here. And then we expand that. But what you said earlier, Mojo can be hard to get a hold of. Unsure if I'm exactly liking that, but I mean, it's better. By the way, Mike, since you're here, let me get your feedback on something. So this was our original arrow kind of thing, and this is a whole bunch of new arrows right here. They're all the same exact arrow, art-wise. The only thing that's different is color, and how I colored them kind of thing. So if we zoom in here, so here's the original recolor kind of thing. I just took these colors here and put them on here, the outlines for the outlines kind of thing, and the inner for the inner kind of thing, and just did that. But then I felt it was kind of missing something, because like this kind of feels like it's missing something, but the white really makes it pop kind of thing. So I started like, maybe I should add some white to it. So I did the inner bits of these 3 here in white, and I wasn't sure on it, so like I was like, let's go to another stream and just replace all 3 inner colors with white kind of thing. And then this one I did a little bit of inner color on this one white, a little bit on this one white, and a little bit on this one white. And then I took that and I copied it over to this one, and then I also did the outlines of these bits here in the back in white. And then this one, what I did was I copied this one again and did a little bit of inlay on this one and solid filled that one, the inlay of that one, since there wasn't much to that one with white. And then I came up here and just did all the outline in white. And then this one I did the inlay of these white and a little bit of the inlay of that. And then this one I did a little bit of combination between a few of them. So your favorite one is this one right here? I probably honestly need to put a poll up here and have everybody pick their top 3 favorites. And maybe their worst 2 kind of thing. That's probably what I actually need to do. Yeah. The thing I worry about like this one is that it's too dark and not readable. As well as it doesn't have that white to make it pop. And then this one, I'm afraid it pops too much. But yeah, I do like this one here. That's one of my favorites. I also really like this one. And I quite like that one. And I like these 2. I like all the last ones I did, basically. Because these were the first ones I did right here. And those are the ones I like the least. I prefer all the last ones I did. Just to how? Because it is. I probably shouldn't because it's the same color, same exact color this, and that's just pure white. Because if I adjust the color of that, then I probably need to adjust the color of all of this to remain consistent. Are you talking about these 3 colors here, or the 3 colors here? Yeah. I'm thinking what I need to do is adjust the middle one. I think the outside 2 might be fine, but I think I might need to adjust the middle one. I did try something at one point, and I don't know where it is. But basically what I did was I tried to use these colors for this font. Actually, I should have that somewhere. I'll look for it later. Not happy with it, but not exactly unhappy with it either, kind of thing. But yeah, I think this middle color definitely needs to be adjusted for sure. Because I think the middle color is too close to this color. But yeah, I think there definitely needs to be some kind of adjustment done. Now that we got that, what I need to do is work on something here for money. Let me open up some files here. Let's look at some cyberpunk money that I've kind of searched up. Because what I need in the end, I think, is a logo or emblem, you know, an icon, sort of like these kind of thing, or all of these kind of thing. I need something like that to put kind of right in here. Problem is, there's nothing really identifying as a logo there. And I mean, there's this, but I think that's a real currency. If not, it looks probably too close to a real currency. Although being close to a real currency might not be a bad idea because it'll be easier to read, kind of thing. We have this, which is kind of all over the place. There's this one here that has these two things behind it, and then this one here that have the things behind it. So it's kind of two different ones at the same time. And I definitely couldn't do that. Not for icon kind of thing. But a split hex would sort of work. I just don't know if it would look good. Again, that same kind of emblem. Here we have circuits kind of thing, which, you know, would go with some of our aesthetics kind of thing, but like, I don't know, like, that as an emblem I don't think will work. You have this weird symbol here. I don't know if that would work either. And then let's take a deeper look at this one. The closest thing to an emblem there would be this circle thing, and it's not much. There we have another split hex kind of thing. This one is just a hex with a weird space-like coloring in the middle. And there's nothing really identifiable on this except for that. Very hard to find a sci-fi currency inspiration here. So this they have sort of almost like a barcode looking thing. Which, I mean, that would be kind of fitting on like a chip. Here, they're kind of all over the place. Here we have again that more barcode looking thing on like a chip. Circuits. Nothing really identifiable there. More circuits, and skull. That's pretty cool, but that would be very hard to put as an icon. If not impossible. I'm starting to get an idea of what I want to go with. Or try to go with anyway. Some more like chip things, but with circuits on them. And more. Those look like SD cards with hex guns on them. Welcome back. Going through and looking at all kinds of different sci-fi slash cyberpunk currency. That looks like a detailed credit card kind of thing. More chips with like a circuits on them. What is this? I don't know if there's anything really identifiable in there. Oops. Did not mean to. Then what's this one? Sort of chip-like, but with a weird shape inside of it. I like that idea. Okay, we're to the end. So, let me open the ones I think we got something to go from. Okay, I think we got something going on with this one here. A kind of chip shape with a thing in the middle. Let me see here, which... the others... I'm going to have to go back through these real quick. This one. Okay. That one. Right here. I really like that one, but I don't know if I can put that much into an icon. But we'll see. And one last one. This one right here. So I think between these, I think we can make something. I really like the kind of chip shape on this. It really kind of goes right along with my style I already have. You know, like the glow bars and everything. And the black outlines. It's going to be too small to put any text in here, I'm pretty positive, so that's going to have to go, kind of thing. And the money value will be listed somewhere else, so that's got to go, kind of thing. And this is too plain to be on its own. But something like this kind of design might look good in it. Something like this design, I really like that design with the, you know, like the squares kind of at an angle. Like the hexagon too, for that matter. And I just like the overall aesthetics of this one. I don't know what I could grab from it. But let's see what we can pull off here. Let's first come over here. And, yep, that's all. No, I never even heard of news groups. So I think I want to match it up to this arrow here. We come like that, and then we establish our top. area and our bottom area. Okay. I mean, I used like AIM and MSN back in the day. And Yahoo Instant Messenger. That's what I used back in the day. Back in the olden times. So it looks like we want about 6 spaces. No. I had a friend that used a lot of ICQ, and I did not like ICQ. It was not my thing. Okay, this needs to go out by 2. What's that? Yeah, I didn't take it out enough. Needs to come out 1 more pixel. So let's just go ahead and fill this in a shape here. Actually, let's go with the rectangle. It needs to be a filled shape though. There we go. So there's our icon. We're done. It's just squared. No, just kidding. But what we do need to do is put this on another layer so that issues don't occur. The issues that are already here, that is. Prevent any more of them. There we go. And now I need to repair this layer. Let's bring that across. Okay. There we go. Name that layer. You know, we haven't saved in a while. Let's go ahead and save it too. We'll save it as version 27. This iteration is the key to game development. So, yeah, I really want to mimic the shape of everything else we have here. Which, what we often do is cut out this corner and this corner. Although sometimes we cut out all 4 corners, like in the case of this. Probably want to go in by 5, I think. Maybe not. We'll try 5 and we'll see where that takes us. Okay, we can call it done now. Yeah, just kidding. That's not done. Not in the least. So we probably need to... Actually, how thick is the icons? These are 3. So we probably need to go 3 thick on this as well. So let's probably about right in there. Let's see here, is this 3 thick? Yep, that is 3 thick. Let's see here. That should be 3 thick there. And that is not 3 thick. Bring that down. So let's bring this out like that. Okay. And then we want to be 3 thick down here. So about right here. Yep, that's 3. So then let's go to right about there. I'll go to about right about there. Now then, this can come back to... I took out too much. There. Okay, and then we'll delete a lot of that and a lot of that. Okay. So then, we probably actually only want this to go with we probably want to come up right about there. That's 4 there, and we probably want to come out like that. Right, and then we come over here. Cut out like that. Let's see how that's looking. Ironically, that's looking sort of like that icon over there, our Windows 2077 icon. Okay, now that we have that shape out of there, what do we want to do for the internal? Kind of like the barcode thing. And I kind of like the hexagon thing. Or not the hexagon, the square thing, but that's... Don't know if I can do that in this size and have it look good. So, what I want to try first is a barcode thing. So, what I want to do, if I can get this position right, we come in 1, 2, 3 this way, come in 1, 2, 3 that way, and this is where we want, right there. So then we can kill that and kill that. And I probably don't want to kill that yet. Anyway, let me look up barcodes real quick. And get a visual. Okay. So then I probably want to do is like this. And then we give it a 1 pixel space. And I said give it a 1 pixel space, please. And then we'll give it another 1 pixel space, and then that. And then maybe we do a 3 thick here. But then a 1 thick here. And then we'll give it 2 spaces. And then we'll give it another 1 thick. And then we'll give it a 1 space and then a 2 thick here. And then we'll give it a 2 space here and 1 thick. And then we'll do a 1 space and then 3 thick. We'll give it 2 spaces, a 1 thick. We'll give it another 1 thick. Another 1 thick. Actually, yeah. And then we'll give it a 2 thick here. Give it a 1 thick, 2 spaces. Actually, I think that's 3 spaces, isn't it? Yeah. 2 spaces and then a 2. And then I'll give this a 1 thick after 2 spaces. Then we'll make this 2 thick. But how much space do we have up here? We got 4 there, but we have 3 down here. So what I probably want to do is take this and move this up by 1. Like so. Alright, see you later, Mike. How's that look for currency? I mean, I'm not liking that. And it seems way too big, too. It seems way too big, and I'm not liking it. Let's try to shrink it down a little bit, and just to see how that looks. Let's, I don't know, grab it here. I'll bring it in a little bit there. Grab it, I don't know, here. Bring that in by 1. We'll bring it, grab it here, and we'll bring that in by 1. Actually, maybe let's bring, now. Let's bring this in by 2 here. And we'll bring this in by 1. And let's zoom back out and look at it. It's still too wide, for sure. And this feels like too big of a space on this side. Let's see here. This is 3 pixels, and this is 4. So let's grab this and bring this in by 1 here. I think we kill 1 pixel of length here. And kill another pixel here. Let's zoom back and look at it. I think it's still way, way too wide. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's do something more drastic here and bring that in. That, like it's 3 pixels. And we'll come over here and we'll kill this by 3 pixels here. Oops. Let's go back and look at it. That size is a lot better. I think it's still a touch too wide. Let's kill a pixel here. And, kill a pixel right here. And, let's go back and look at it. That's a lot better. I still think it doesn't look good. If anybody in chat has any suggestions, let me know. Suggestions, idea, feedback, any of those kinds of things. Or just anything. Memes. I still think it's too wide. I also think this as a design is not going to work. Especially when we put in an engine, it's probably going to look like a blurry mess. Something else I noticed is this is probably a little bit too long here on this grid. How wide is this? That's 13. And this is a hell of a lot longer than 13. Let's see, 13 is right there. So if we grab right here, and we kill all that, I think that looks better. But the grid probably needs to be moved over by good few pixels, maybe about 10-ish. Maybe 6. Let's move all of this game simulator over by 6 now. Yeah. And then we can actually probably move this back. Like so. And actually this is too high now, isn't it? This seems to be moved down about like that. Go ahead and save again. Back to this icon. The size is, I think, more working now, but I just do not like any of this. And I think that it could be a little more angled here on the corners. So let's get a little bit more angle here. That's looking better. I'm just curious what text is going to look like in here. maybe if I could find the right font. But I don't like that idea. We've already tried the barcode thing. That didn't really work. I think it's time we did some freeform art in here. In this area. Let me see here. If we come in here, did something along the lines of that. How big is this? 6, and this is 7 by 7. What if we were to take this? How much space is here? 3, and this is 2. Let me go back and look at this. Kind of like the 2 space better. So if I grab this and move this back like that, and then we take this and we copy it, paste it, like so, and then we do that again, like so, and then we come over here and grab this. So, and then we do that again, maybe. So, copy this one. You know, somebody's probably going to. That's got something to do with Hitler. Even though it doesn't. So, well, it's not bad. Let's see here. What else could we do to this? What if we bring this up? Well, maybe not that one. Let's bring this one up by 10 pixels, I think that is. We can just copy and paste to be sure. I don't know if I like that. Well, let's keep on going just to check. Let's See how it looks. Yeah, I'm not liking that. One more thing I want to check before we scrap, kind of thing, and undo. What if we bring this out to here? And copy this. Like that. And then we do the same thing over here to this side. And then we'll copy this. So, how does that look? Not bad, but I don't know if I like that. What we're going to do is we're going to copy this, and then we're going to undo a lot of things we just did. Back to this, and then we'll paste this in up here. Actually, let's put it down here. That's one possibility. Let's see here. What else could we do with this? One idea I had was come up this way. So, try that up here. Let's just see how that looks. Might work. Let's make sure everything is the right size. That's 5 by 5. This does not look 5 by 5. No, that's 6 by 6. Why is that or not? Okay, there's 3 space here, but there's 4 space here. I kind of like this one better though, so let's grab this one and move it out like that. Okay. Now let's try copying this. Go to a new layer, paste that in. And then we'll paste it in again. Come up here. Like so. Let's see how that looks. Could work. Combine those layers. Do a new layer. Paste it in again. And again over here. I don't like that. Okay. What if we come down here? To a triangle. Oops, do not do that. Like that. Maybe. But it needs, it's too solid a color for this for sure. If it's going to work out, it needs to be hollow. Let's hollow it out here. So, this is I don't know. It looks too big. Sure. If we cut that out and we come out like that. I don't know if I'm going to like this. Let's try copying this. Copy, new. Back for more. Welcome back, Mike. We're still kind of fidgeting with this thing. Is that needs to be flipped the other way too, doesn't it? Let's copy that, and that is not right. That needs to do. Copy this. Oops. Paste that in. But it's still not right. What the heck? Let's try this. It'll let me. That's. There we go. Like so. I don't know. I don't think that works either. I do not think that works. I'll just leave it. Let's copy and paste this over here. Like that. And let's delete all this stuff in the middle. Go back to sort of a blank canvas. Where did I find one? I found one through Discord. Hiring post, and most of my pretty much all of the luck I've ever had on hires. Now I've looked in several places, but the Discord that I've had the most luck in finding somebody, that will actually do the work, kind of thing. They've all come from a place that you're not going to be happy with, and that's Tim Ruswick's Discord. That's where I've had a lot of luck at, kind of thing. But I've also done hiring, hiring posts in other Discords, like let me see here, find here. Go to Game Dev Discord, the Game Dev League Discord, also known as GDL, the Heine Any Reams Discord, the let's see here, anywhere else. No, that's pretty much it. Those four, but the only one I think the every hire that I've ever done that's worked out has been from Tim's Discord, which is ironic because that's where I expected the least people to work out, kind of thing. But everybody that I've had that remotely worked out in some kind of way, stayed on for more than like 3 days, kind of thing, all came from Tim's Discord, kind of thing. Those who did not come from Tim's Discord usually didn't last more than a day or two, if I even hired them at all. Like my current programmer, which is used to work for EA, came from Tim's Discord. The character artist came from Tim's Discord. The musician for Chromasia came from Tim's Discord. The guy that strung me along for like a year and a half, that seemed like he was going to work out but never did, came from Tim's Discord, kind of thing. And everybody else who turned out worse, some came from Tim's Discord, but most of them came from the other Discords, kind of thing. So, I mean, just my personal track record there on that. What can we do for this variation? Because, like, I mean, they both look futuristic, but, I mean, they both kind of look like money, but, like, not all that. I'm not liking them. Not 100% anyway. And we never did try doing this kind of thing. But I don't think that's going to work out either. But let's give it a shot. And let's see how it looks. And it will likely look horrible, but we'll see. Mainly because we don't have room, kind of thing. We don't have space. Which I think is part of the problem with the barcode one that we tried earlier too. That is. There we go. Come right here. Oh, that's off too. There we go. Actually, it'd be honestly easier for me to Maybe it won't be easier. Okay, never mind. Okay. That ain't gonna work out. I already know that. Let's scrap that idea. That is not gonna work. So let's look up currency icons, like real currency icons. And see what we can find here. Let me bring this over here so you guys can see. Images. So this one isn't using a real currency icon as far as I can tell, but it's fairly similar to the euro kind of thing. So a lot of these look like a ladder with a dash through it kind of thing. Actually, it might actually be a real thing because there's one there. It looks very oddly similar to it. Although that might just be a modified version of the euro thing up there. So let's try something along that lines. That is not what I wanted to do. Let's bring this up. So if we were to grab text here, and what was that font I used earlier? Maybe this one. Boost the size. Maybe not that big. Maybe not even that big. Oops. So let's kill this. And if we were to cut this out, and then we were to go to another layer, put that in, maybe something like that, and then we were to kill that, and then we were to take this, oops, we need to merge those layers, and then we can take that and move that over here. Yeah, horrible. I feel like it needs something. What if instead of that we went with and see for Neon Continuum. And then we cut this out and we put this on another layer. Maybe. Merge those layers together. We take that and put that in here. Something else I want to try is copy all this. Place this over here. And then we kill all of this. And then we just do an end here. But make it larger. Maybe a hair bit larger. Maybe still a hair bit larger. Like that. And then we draw a line through it, maybe about here. And then we can shorten up that line a little bit off of there. This is now what, 3. So we can kill like that. Yeah. If we were going to do something like that, I think this needs to be lower and more even between these two areas. So let me undo what I just did. If we were to do it like that. Let's see here. How much space do we have here? We have 5 there and we have 5 there. So that is right in the center. Right where I want to be at. So we come across like that and like that. I'm going to bring this out here. Bring that out there. Okay, so that's 3. And that's 3. Now then it would need some more decoration to it. So maybe what we do is if I can find this slider here. There we go. I come down here. Bring that up. Out like So let's see here. That can come up. Okay, something's not right here. So let's just fill that in for now. So that's 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 3 by 1, 3 by 2 there. Okay, and then we can do a similar thing up here. Not the exact same, because I don't think there's as much room up here. Or more room, rather. So let's do that, and then we'll fill that in. And then this is 1 by 3. This will be 2 by 3. This will be 2 by 3. This will be 1 by 3. 2 by 3. And 2 by 3. Like that. I actually think that's starting to get somewhere right there. Oh, not that much. You know, what if we just brought this here and shortened this up? Kind of thing about sort of like that, but we need to bring it in more. Still too much room here. Exactly too much, because it's by 2. So we grab that and we bring that in by 2. Grab this and bring that in by 2. Let's just bring this one in by a bunch too, just to, you know, give it more of a fair shot. Then we can bring this over here. So actually, I'm kind of liking that last one. Oh, excuse me. How are we doing on time? We've been going for almost 2 hours now. So we'll probably be ending here pretty soon. I did not get as much done as I wanted to today, that's for dang sure. I don't know, what are you guys thinking about that icon? I'm liking the last one the best, personally. This one right here. Which is just an in with a line through it and a couple triangles to fill in the gaps. We could try one more thing. I have a semi-idea. What we'll do is we'll copy this one. Copy, paste, put that out here. Let's move everything in so there's actually more room here to actually work with visually. We can see them all on the colored area. Okay, there we go. Now what we can do is delete this. And then we grab this. We'll copy paste over here. And then we can do something to fill in this space here. And that's sort of where my idea stops. What if we were to take this, or even all of this, and put this over here? Well, definitely can't go with all of it. Let's just look at this then. Then we kill this bit right here. Okay, so let's try a little bit more freeform art here, and we'll bring this down. And we'll bring this over like that. Probably needs to be thicker than that though. Bring that over. That over. Fill that. Fill that. And then maybe bring this over. That. Not really liking that. We bring this over like that, and this over like that. At this point, it sort of just looks like busyness for the sake of busyness. Yeah, I just don't like that. What if we take this and we expand this out here? Like that, and then we come over here and we bring this out here. We do the same thing over here. Like so. Zoom back and look at it. I'm not displeased with that. Oops. I want that much zoom. Uh, yeah, yeah, it was a pretty good year for music. Lots of, it's one of the few years where pop music was actually good, in my opinion. A lot of the late 80s, early 90s had some pretty good pop music. Like, you know, really iconic stuff that really, I think, still holds up today, but like, the pop music now is like, ugh. So if we were to make this thicker, we like them thick. Yeah, there's a lot of variety. Nobody was jumping on the trends other than let's make something cool and new kind of thing. There also wasn't any quote unquote boy bands back then either. They were just bands or musical groups. If we were to do something like this, and then do something similar but different over here. Maybe something like that. Or that. Definitely like this one better. And then we could come over here and fill something over here. That maybe. I think what I want to do is I want to move all of this over by one. So, and then I can come and grab this and bring this out. And we can come over here, go like that, and come down like that. Don't want to zoom out that much. I think we might not have enough space in this area. Right in here. Hope we can do like that. I think that looks better. Yeah. I think we got somewhat of a design there. So which one of these icons do you like? What are you liking and not liking of these icons? These 5 here. And I could always do a hybrid between this one and this one. I'm actually kind of curious to what that would look like. Let me try that real quick. Because I should be able to do that pretty quickly. Because all I need to do is copy this one, paste it up here. I can delete this here, delete that, And then we can grab all of this, move this back to here-ish. Come back in here and we put these lines back in here, but different. And come back and do like that. Need to grab this and move this about there. And then we'll grab this one and move this in here. And then this is way too close here. We're still too close there. Something like that, and then we can come over here and extend this out so we can get a more proper view of it. So thoughts, opinions on the 6 icons now? Money icons, that is. Well, I'm waiting for that. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping up the stream. Thank you everybody for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. You can catch us here on most days on Tuesday at 2 o'clock or near 2 o'clock p.m. Central Time. You can catch our dev streams on Fridays, game streams on Tuesdays, Safely Stream podcast on Sundays, and our Indie Inquiry on Thursdays. And you can also join our Discord and come to our dev chats, where you know the developers connect to the consumers or anybody who's interested into the game, and we talk about details about the game kind of thing and get feedback. We also do some semi-public playtesting in there, aka anybody who comes to the dev chat can participate in that. Although we haven't had a playable version in a while, but we should quote unquote have one at the next one, which they're once a month, the first Saturday of the month at 2 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and whatnot. So, Mike, any thoughts on these icons before we completely wrap things up? Which of these icons you're liking? Which ones you're not? Of these 6 money icons? You like all of them? I'm liking you're on the phone. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Maybe you can check them out later and let me know when you're not on your phone. Anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Till then, I'm out.